Hello, Wolfpack Nation. This is the Wolfpack Sports Network. I am your host, Chris Pello, and in today's video, we will be breaking down the two wildcard games that took place yesterday evening between the Browns and the Texans, and the Dolphins and the Chiefs. But before we get into that, if you like the content on this channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Oh, it would be really appreciated. Also, make sure to hit the like button as well, and leave a comment down below as well with your thoughts on the games from yesterday. So without further ado, let's get into that. Starting off with the 4:30 p.m. game, which saw the Houston Texans defeat the Cleveland Browns 45-14. As you guys know, I actually picked the Browns to win this game, so I was completely wrong on this one, as Houston scored 35 unanswered points after falling down 14-10 with a little over 12 minutes left to go in the second quarter there. And it was pretty much a CJ Stroud show. He went 16-21 for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. Was just shy of a perfect passer rating at 157.2. Of course, the biggest highlight for Stroud yesterday was a 76-yard touchdown pass to Brevin Jordan with just 18 seconds after Houston fell down 14-10 to the Browns. So, and that seemed to really change the momentum of the game. Of course, the Texans went into the half up 24-14, then got an 82-yard interception return and a 36-yard interception return within the span of 2 minutes in the third quarter to really blow the game wide open. And then Houston just coasted to the victory, taking out CJ Stroud after the third quarter. This was a big surprise here. The Browns, as you guys know, came into the league with the top-ranked defense in yards allowed and the 13th ranked defense in points allowed. It gave up 356 total yards of offense. Obviously, 280 of that was through the air, and this is also the first time that Joe Flacco lost in the wild card round, as you see here. Obviously, had the 2 picks. He still threw for 307 yards, but obviously, a lot of that was in garbage time when the Browns were trying to catch up in the score, which obviously they didn't. Then big time game here, success here for the Houston Texans. Obviously, if you're a Cleveland fan, you're disappointed at the way the team lost yesterday, but you have to be very happy with the fact that your team won 11 games with 4 different starting quarterbacks, and the fact that you guys haven't had much success here in recent years, not only in the regular season, not only in the postseason, obviously, but in the regular season. So, obviously, Houston will find out who they will play on Monday night when the Bills and Steelers game is over with. But the Texans, as the AFC South champs, are moving on. Moving on to the Saturday night game, you have the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Miami Dolphins. A lot of talk surrounding this game, specifically the broadcast of this game on Peacock. A lot of criticism was directed towards the NFL for deciding to put the game on exclusively on Peacock behind a paywall. I believe it was the first time in the history of the NFL where an NFL playoff game was not aired on one of the 4 big channels, as in NBC, Fox, CBS, or ABC, where you can just get an antenna and use an antenna in order to be able to catch the game. It was actually behind just a paywall. On top of that, there was a lot of criticism directed towards NBC and Peacock for the production of the game. There was a lot of issues and mistakes made. Coming out of replay with the ball already snapped. Bad replay clips of key moments of the game. It's just an all-around snafu production-wise, which we will probably can dive into in another video. As far as the on-the-field gameplay-wise goes, the Chiefs blew out the Dolphins 26-7. I mean, the game wasn't really even close. The Dolphins only could muster 264 yards of total offense in very frigid conditions. I believe -7 degrees was the kickoff temperature there in Kansas City. At kickoff, even still though Kansas City, 409 yards of total offense. Patrick Mahomes, 23-41, 262 yards, and a touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco had 89 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Of course, Rashid Rice, 8 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown, all for Kansas City. Very, very dominating win for the Chiefs. The only highlight from Miami side was a 53-yard touchdown pass from Tua to Tyreek at the beginning of the second quarter that cut the Kansas City lead down to 7-10, but that was the closest the score would get as Kansas City scored the remaining 16 points of the game. In all around, big victory for the Chiefs. Obviously, this season has not gone as well as the previous seasons have for the Chiefs, especially on the offensive side of the ball. We know the defense was very, very good, but it's a big win. The Chiefs have a lot more experience in the postseason than the Dolphins do. And at the end of the day, the narrative out there that the Dolphins can't succeed outside of South Florida against very good teams continues, especially in cold weather. So the Chiefs move on as the 3 seed in the AFC. Again, just like with the Texans, we'll see who they play in the divisional round. If the Bills beat the Steelers, I believe that the Chiefs will have to go to Buffalo to play the Bills, and then the Texans will take on the Baltimore Ravens. If the Steelers manage to pull the upset, then Kansas City will host Houston, and Pittsburgh will go to Baltimore. So, but obviously, like I said, we had to wait till 4:30 on Monday day in order to figure that out. So, yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of the games yesterday, who you guys had winning the games yesterday, today, and make sure to subscribe and like the video if you want more content. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good Sunday afternoon.